Well, hi and good morning. It is the morning of day 2 of the Unleash the Power Within seminar. It is getting ready to start now. I've got my breakfast behind me right down here. I ordered the same thing I did yesterday minus the pot of coffee. I made coffee here. It wasn't very succulent, but it did the job. And I'm about to crack open a Celsius. I've got my area all set up, ready to go. And I am looking forward to what today will bring forth. It's an absolutely gorgeous morning. Right now, I may potentially be checking out of this hotel tomorrow. We'll see. My husband we are impacted by the government shutdown here in the United States, and he is away traveling. And I'm not sure if our pay is going to be arriving, but anyway, if it doesn't, I'll be finding out tomorrow if it's in our account or no. And if it's not, I've just decided to check out of the hotel. I could easily continue to indulge and enjoy in the conference at home and not wasting money. Do you know what I mean? But it's an extra bonus to be staying here at the hotel. But we did experience that 35-day government shutdown before, and that was a little scary. And this one almost feels like it could have potential to go long. So with that being said, I was just going to kind of wait and see and play it by ear. And I'm not sure what's going to happen. But for now, I'm here for the day. But we'll see what tomorrow brings. I may or may not be starting off at home tomorrow, but I'll keep you posted. I'll check in when I can. Today will be a little bit of a different type of day. We actually might get a lunch break and we might end slightly earlier. I'm not sure, but I'm looking forward to a wonderful day. I have spent the morning meditating on yesterday's experience. I was just leaving a voicemail to my daughters. We have a messenger group chat, and I was telling them about that priming with the hand over the heart and how beautiful that was. That really stuck with me from yesterday. And I was thinking, because I've got a little nerves as I get ready to prep for radiation. This is the first time watching any of my videos. I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It's a DCIS stage 0. It was a higher grade. It was probably knocking on stage 1. But I am starting radiation therapy for that here at the end of October. And I feel a little anxious about that. And I was thinking that hand over the heart with the priming exercise would be something beautiful for me to do each day as I lead up to my radiation start and then going through my radiation. So that I feel like was a really beautiful gift from yesterday. I'm really thankful, besides all the awesomeness that yesterday was and the breakthrough. So I will see you at some point later today. What an amazing first session. It is almost 1 p.m. We have an hour for lunch. Today, Joseph McClendon III did the entire morning session. He is a neuropsychologist. His energy, his style is so inspiring. What really hit me today was the importance of celebration. And if you watched my very first video that's going to be in this series, one of my challenges for myself was, what would it be like if I showed up in the fullness of who I am in all of the different categories of life? And how would that manifest in my career, in my relationships, in my finances, in my health? One of the categories is celebrate. And I remember when I was going through a little bit of a darker time, and I've opened up a little bit about this on my, I have a video on here about unworthiness. I have a couple. And then also the video that will be first in this series. I was at a time where I was just going through a really hard time. My family and I had suffered a lot of loss. My relationship with my daughter ended with our entire family. The church that we were part of, that we thought we were going to be lifetime members of this thing, tanked. There was a lot of pain associated with that. Then there were a whole bunch of other little things that happened during this particular time. And I remember when I first started working and heard about and learned about the Wheel of Life, for example, one of those categories being celebrating and how are you going to have fun? And I remember for me, that was one of the topics that I struggled with the most. Was I just couldn't think of anything fun to do, and I certainly couldn't celebrate myself because I had such low self-worth at that time. I just had felt like a failure because of these particular events. And also too, just kind of the stress of everything happening in the family, with our church family and all of the things. I just was in a down state, if you will, and celebrating myself was something that I could not even imagine doing. But this morning we really talked a lot about it and it hit me. I'm going to take a sip of water. Hold on just a second. It has been such a beautiful day. I hope the lighting's not too horrible. Yeah, the lights in here are so bright and there's no overhead light. But he talked a lot about why celebrating is important and that it releases dopamine and oxytocin and something else. And I'll share some more of my thoughts with you. We're going to go to El Gringo's and I'm going to get a burrito with that portobello dipping sauce tonight for celebrating. Originally my son was going to meet me tonight, but we had to make plans. We already had our lovely dinner on Wednesday, but I'm still going to go by myself. I've made dinner reservations for 1 at 8 p.m. That way I have plenty enough time to make sure I complete this conference. This shouldn't go as late as tomorrow night will go and as late as last night went, but I'm going to celebrate with a table for 1 and have a beautiful meal at the Crow's Nest and completely enjoy my own company. And I'm going to go get a burrito, which I love, and get out, go for a quick walk outside. I've been in this hotel room now for a lot of hours, so that will be refreshing. But he was talking about how the brain is plastic, and I know a lot of us know this these days, that our brains are still developing. And he said it's not that your brain gets bigger, it's that your brain gets denser, and that when you celebrate yourself, it causes your brain to become denser because it releases all of these positive chemical reactions within your own brain. And you can even do it just simply by smiling. And just the act of smiling, just like putting a smile on your face and thinking about something that brings you joy, or even just smiling, just like work on smiling, that creates change in your brain. And we did all these beautiful practices. We did the hand over the heart priming again. I had a beautiful breakout room with 2 other ladies. We shared, because also another thing that we were doing today was, what do we love? What do we hate? What do we want? What are we passionate about? Those 4 questions, we all brainstormed and wrote down all those things, and we met in a room and shared it. And it was after all this work. It was so powerful. I mean, I just feel pumped. It was a beautiful moment. But what I've really, really taken away is how important it is to celebrate myself and to love on myself and to care for myself in just as I would a friend or my children or my husband. I cheerlead them all the time because I love them. And we are to show that same love toward us. That has been the biggest, I don't know, I feel really excited about it actually. It was a beautiful morning. So we don't have much time. We're going to go walk to that El Gringo's, get that food. I might just walk it back here. I'm not exactly sure how cold it is outside. So I've got my jacket. I've got an extra layer, this jacket. I've been wearing sneakers, like honestly, you'd probably call the fashion police on me, but because we're doing so much jumping, I have my sneakers on. But also, our pay came in. We were expecting a particular amount of pay because of the government shutdown, and we weren't sure if it was going to be pending like normal, and it is. So I'm going to be able to stay all the way through as originally planned. And I'm so thankful because I was stressing out a little bit about that. I'm like, oh, if tomorrow I've got to check out, pack, get everything ready, get out the door, get home, unpack, get settled. Tomorrow's a really big day for Unleash the Power Within, and I didn't want to miss any of it. And now I'm going to be able just to go like normal with no interruptions. So I'm really excited about that. I am really looking forward to eating one of those burritos. I haven't had one of them since that time when I did the one vlog where I went around the Captain Cook Hotel. I'll put that vlog down below actually. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to having this burrito. And it's so quiet up here too. Hit that. It's a gorgeous looking day out today. Yeah, it's looking beautiful. I've been hearing the trains as well. It makes me want to go train spotting. While we make our way to the burrito shop and then back up to the room, I thought I would take this time to share with you the exercise that we did called Finding Your Passion. Unleash the Power Within does a lot of important things for you when you attend it. Number one, it helps you to identify what your limiting beliefs are. It then helps you to dismantle those beliefs and then replace it with something that is more compelling and truthful. They focus a lot on helping you to create a more compelling future. And what would that look like for yourself? As I was prepping for this conference, I started asking myself, what would it look like if I approached all the categories of my life in the fullness of who I am? How would that change? How would my finances change, or my health, or my relationships, my career? One of the ways that we were guided to help create that compelling future was an exercise called Find Your Passion. And we were led by the speaker, Scott Harris, today, because of course, today is the day that Tony Robbins takes his day off. He has to rest his voice. So Joseph McClendon III was the speaker in the morning, and then Scott Harris ran the afternoon. They also bring in other speakers that will come in and maybe speak for an hour. But Scott Harris led us in this Find Your Passion. The questions were, what do you love? What do you hate? What are you passionate about? And what do you really want? So he was like, okay, everybody stand up. And they use a lot of physiology. They get you up, they get you moving. And we all stood up. And he's like, okay, just start speaking right now. What do you love? Just start saying some of the things you love. And during this time, everybody is standing up and speaking, saying the things that they love. Then he's like, what do you hate? Start telling me some of the things. What do you hate? And he would give ideas as well. He would act as a guide, and he would kind of throw out a whole bunch of different ideas just to kind of help get your mind thinking, right, what are the things that I hate? And as the speaker continued to act as a guide, the next questions were, what are you passionate about? And then, what do you really want? Then what he had us do is, we're still all standing up. Of course, you've got the whole auditorium. They're all standing together and they're all speaking. Everybody's talking out loud. And then Scott Harris asks us again the same questions. What do you love? Come on, he's like, just start speaking it out loud. What do you love? Tell me what you love. And then, what do you hate? What are the things you hate? What are you passionate about? And what do you really want? And by this time, you are starting to really be able to articulate, what do you love? What do you hate? What are you passionate about? And what do you really want? And he just repeats the cycle, but then he starts to speed it up. Okay, 3 things that you love. Tell me 3 things that you love right now. All right, what are 3 things that you hate? What are 3 things that you're passionate about? What are 3 things? What do you really want? And we did that for a while. They do a lot of physiology work because that is scientifically proved to rewire your thinking more than anything else. And it's really quite a powerful thing. And that's why Tony Robbins does the priming. That's why he does incantations. And Unleash the Power Within is a full immersion experience, but it's so successful and life-changing because of the way that they incorporate physiology into the lessons. It's really quite powerful. After we did that series of exercises, then it was time for us to sit down and write in our notebooks. And we filled out the sections that were, what do I love? What do I hate? What am I passionate about? And what do I really want? So I thought that I would share with you a few of my answers. What do I love? And of course, the Lord. I am a person of faith, and I absolutely love the Lord. I love my husband. I love my children, my Megan, my Lydia, my Daniel. I also said that I love my life. And I said that I love the beauty of Alaska. I love creating and decorating. I love quality time and quality conversation. I love good food. I love the crow's nest. I love self-development and learning. I love growing my spiritual practice. I even said I loved my chinchillas, and I'm sitting with them right now as I'm doing this voiceover. I said that I love my mama and I love my Mika. And I said I love road trips with my family. I love autumn. I love a great cup of coffee. I love that I continue to grow and develop. Since we're almost to my room, I'm going to skip to what do I really want. I want a beautiful, rich family connection that is full of love, joy, peace, community, support, and connection. I want an awesome marriage where love and awe never goes away. I want an amazing spiritual life. I want my YouTube channel to grow. I want to travel and film and take pictures, and I want to capture and share moments. And that paired beautifully with what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about building a positive legacy with my family. I'm passionate about family time and connection. I'm passionate about my marriage and walk with God. I'm passionate about personal development and creative expression. I'm passionate about Alaska beauty, and so on. So it's a really great exercise to help you create a compelling future. I've got the poblano dipping sauce and the beef brisket burrito, and I cannot wait to eat it. This is my view. I have the shade off. That way it just adds a little more light, especially once it starts getting darker. I'm coming to you now. It is 7 p.m. Oh my goodness. We just ended the night with a most powerful speaker. His name is Trent Shelton, and he is a former NFL player turned inspirational speaker, preacher. He has I think he's on all the social medias. He has a best-selling book. I believe he's on YouTube and Instagram, and I think a whole handful of other platforms. He has 16 million followers. I'm going to research him, but he just gave, I think, one of the best talks of the whole day. It was beautiful and powerful, and I'm going to tell you some of the highlights from it. I heard Mel Robbins introducing him. They did a whole introduction package, and she was introducing him on one of her podcasts. So one of my first assignments is going to be to find her interview with him. Oh, but wow, was he powerful and purposeful and passionate and strong and motivational. I mean, I was so touched and moved to tears. It was absolutely beautiful. His stage presence was incredible, but he has had to overcome a lot of unique obstacles, but his life has continued to grow, and he's a person of faith, very, very blessed. He spoke so highly of God, his family, his mom. He just told an incredible story about his daughter. Anyway, I've got a ton of notes. I have reservations tonight at 8 p.m. for the Crow's Nest. I'm going to see if I can get there early, and I'll record us there and our meal, and I'll tell you a little bit about some of my highlights and favorite things from this talk. My favorite takeaway so far has been from earlier today as far as all of the lessons go. We worked a lot on the Wheel of Life this afternoon and closing the gaps with that. And the Wheel of Life, of course, is something that you could look up. You can Google it. There's several different varieties. Tony Robbins uses one that has 7 different categories. But we did a lot of work with that this afternoon. And you rank your categories of life on a scale of 1 to 10. And it's done in a pie shape. So you see where you have strengths. You see where you have like the average. And then you have areas where you'll see that you'd like to make improvements on. And today we did an exercise called Closing the Gap. And what I do appreciate about this afternoon's lesson, though, and it was taught by Scott Harris. He's an Australian guy. He's got a great accent, but a lot of really nice warm energy. And he taught the entire second half of the seminar this afternoon. But he was saying, when you're looking at, say, maybe an area of your life that you would rank lower, he's like, don't go for like a 10 or a 9. He said, just make an improvement. Make it doable. Make an improvement. And I love that word, that phrase. It was something like, don't strive for mastery. Strive for an improvement. which is so doable. Like, it makes me think about weight loss. Like, I need to get my body back on track just from all of the stress over the past several months. I feel like and the medication I'm on, yada, yada, yada. And it's like, just start making small improvements that I have let go just over this particular time of my life, being diagnosed with breast cancer, prepping for radiation. But I love that. Just make an improvement. So if you have an area in your life that is lower and you would like to see improvement on it, don't just strive for that like high level. Just make a few incremental improvements, because that will compound and build on itself, which is amazing. What I remember last year, I will say this, is I am definitely tired today, especially after lunch, that burrito. Oh boy, I tell you what, I struggled, I think probably for a good couple of hours. But I do remember that last time. There's so much lead up and energy in the first day. The second day, you feel it more. But tomorrow's going to be a huge day. We're starting earlier. I believe it's 7 a.m. my time. And it's going to be a really, really long day. Last year, they had Pitbull perform at the very end, but it was a full, long, massive day. We went to Zoom rooms today. It's just been wonderful. My brain is a little fried. I'm super exhausted, but I'm looking at the crow's nest, and I'm going to see if I can get in early, and then I'll show you what I eat. I'll share with you a few notes that I took from the speaker, Trent, tonight, who I was telling you about. But boy, I tell you, just listening to him, he had such power and purpose, and he's gone through a lot of adversity. He tells a story about how his daughter was hit in the head with a rock and it almost killed her. But it turned out to be a blessing that because of that scenario, it actually allowed them to discover that she had a tumor. And it was the type of tumor that would not show symptoms until it was too late. But because of the accident, they were able to discover this tumor in a way that it could be treated and managed. And she's flourishing and doing amazing today. And he also took some time to share a lot of his life experiences, which had a lot of struggles. So when he was on the stage with this incredible presence, a man of God, and so that, of course, as a person of faith, spoke to me the way he talked about God and his perspective, it just gave him so much power and presence on the stage. I mean, it was impressive. Some of the quotes I wrote down that he said was, "Your perspective can either be your power or your prison." And I think it goes perfectly with what Tony Robbins always says. You experience life by what you focus on. And that's been something I have been really trying to work on, is not allowing my brain to focus on the lack or what I don't have or what I wish I wanted or this didn't work out or that didn't work out. But no, instead to focus on the abundance and all of the amazing things I have. But you don't think that way typically on purpose. From what I have discovered in my own lifetime and hearing a lot of people speak, you think that way by design. And you have to be purposeful and manage and control your thoughts. And it is a journey. And a couple of things he said too. He said, adversity is coming for you. It's just an opportunity to show what you are made of. And I really loved that. Once again, it's like, how are you going to focus on that? And certainly in my current situation of being diagnosed with cancer, I was just telling my husband the other day, because this is now a couple weeks since the conference and I'm doing this voiceover, that who would have thought at the beginning of 2025 that I would have had a cancer diagnosis, gone through surgery, on this medication. Now I'm in radiation. Like, we had no idea that this was coming our way, but it has become an opportunity to showcase the strength of the family, to strengthen, I speak for myself, my walk with God, to set my mind and to use my counseling and even attending seminars like Unleash the Power Within to actually put to good use all of this teaching and training. And it's an opportunity, and I loved that. And when Trent was talking about his daughter and talking about this adversity, he was asking the audience, what rock is in your life? And whatever that rock is, it's a gift, and you get one life, and you get to decide how you're going to handle that, how you're going to navigate around that. And as you see, I made it to the crow's nest. Such a beautiful evening view, and I'm really glad that I came here even though it was later in the evening. I probably should not have been eating this late at night, but it was absolutely worth every bite. The amuse-bouche has come in a little cup. Right, let's try the amuse-bouche in this little cup. It's a carrot and ginger soup. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's nice. And a final thought as this video comes to an end for day 2. Trent shared a lot of words of wisdom, but one of the things I like, he said, stop bringing your vision to people who are not visionaries or dreamers. And I think that's so important. Whatever you're doing, not everybody is going to agree or see your vision. And when you identify that, that lets you know that they're not the people that you share your excitement about whatever that topic is. And you find your people and you find your support. But most importantly, though, you believe in yourself. One of the things he said, he's like, doubt is a prison perspective. So believe in you because God does. All right, well, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to you now in the video. I will be seeing you on day 3. I also have a video for day 4 and then a video for after the conference when I spent an extra day at the hotel just relaxing, and it was wonderful. And I'll see you then. Bye-bye.